love that music. God, it gets me hyped up.
It's a
Hey,
great
everybody.
show.
Well, thank you. Oh, from the master herself. All right. Hey, guys. Thank you all for tuning in to the Finstock Sports Network Overtime Show. As you know, I'm Bobby Melendez. If you don't know by now, I've been on about 1, 2, 3, 4 times now today because, hey, week 2, Dolphins play tomorrow. It is exciting. I do dance backstage. That's absolutely right, Evan. Evan, Steve, my brother. Hey, Evan, just to let you know, you said what it will take for you to get Steve on the bandwagon. Well, I might have some news. Anyway, Miss Fins. Okay, first off, Brett is not going to make it tonight. He is taking the night off. Well rest. Good luck to my brother. But Miss Fins is here, the one, the only. If you haven't yet, go like her channel, go subscribe. You're missing out. You're doing yourself a damn disservice if you haven't gone and liked and subscribed to her page. Hey, Grandma. Nice to see you there. All right, Miss Fins, how you doing, girl?
I'm good, good. Excited to talk some more Dolphins, Let's
We
do it.
can't get enough. We can't get
Nope.
enough. Miss Fins, better replacement. Ooh, all right.
Thank you, Evan. You're too kind.
Well, okay, well, let's do this first because I've been on 4 different shows and I don't want to repeat 3 different shows, but I don't want to repeat myself. And I know you've been talking about it. So let's kind of get this slowly but surely started here. You know, we both saw the game last week. I had the post-game show, gave my opinion. For those who haven't seen your show, we know we're excited that the Dolphins won. What was your reaction to Miami's win? Now that you've had a week to digest it, overall, how do you feel about this football team?
Well, it's kind of what I said on my show too, because Mondays I do my post game reaction, and I actually had 305 Sports Babe, so it was kind of cool. We kind of went over it, and as far as the reaction of this game, I mean, I'll take the W. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. Infamous words from Toretto. So I'll take it. No matter if it's 1 point or 45 points. It's just the execution. I think we could have done a lot better for sure. And as far as overall performance, yes, I gotta say because he is Tua and he is their QB. I mean, he met my expectations for the most part. I wanted him to do 230 to 250. He got 270, so I'm happy about that. Way to overreach. I did want 2 TDs from him, only got one, but I do like that. I wanted no interceptions, and he took care of the ball in that sense. I did want to go ahead and see a couple of deep balls. I didn't get a chance to see that. So overall, I mean, I give him a B minus as far as his performance. Um, but overall, with the team, we let a lot of meat in the bone. I know we've been hearing that all throughout the season or throughout the week. A lot of meat in the bone. And to win by 13 and leave meat in the bone, it means that we can go higher. There's more that we can do if we tweak some stuff, get better blocking, and do overall better in the offense. So it's something to look forward to.
You know what? And you're right. Yes, and Steve's correct. Did leave a lot of meat on the bone, and that's why. There was some reasons. That was some of the reasons why people were a little, even though we won, we're still, critical. I was a little more critical, not because of that, because a win is a win. I'm happy we won. Defense did its job. Defense looked really good. Offensive line, for the most part, despite injuries, did their job. What I was more concerned with was the near mistakes, where I believe we can't make those near mistakes in games like Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati coming up. And want to clean that up. But Tua, on the other hand, I think that his performance overall, if you take out those near misses, those little bit of hiccups, the duck to Tyreek, which was it touched, was it not, the big gate that people want to try to do. Listen, who cares? It was a duck. It fell to the floor at first class. Those things, I don't want to see those things. But 270, a touchdown, 104, I'm okay with that. We won the game. I don't need him to have 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, etc. You are only a quarterback away. The quarterback will come out tomorrow just like this. Okay. All right.
Well, I
So,
do want to say real quick before you continue,
yeah.
Evan, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Evan, but that's where I was I wasn't more about the score because I actually predicted it was 24-17. And Evan says I didn't believe in our defense enough because I gave him 17 points instead of just the 7 points. But they won 20-7, which is great because the defense showed up. I mean, Javon Holland, Xavier Howard, Brandon Jones, All those guys stepped up, and Miami secured the win, and that's what matters. And that's where it needs to go tomorrow. I think it will be a defensive fight. So very quickly, do you think this is going to be a tight contest? Do you think this is going to be a shootout? How do you think this is going to play out tomorrow?
This is, in my opinion, I mean, and I went over this in my game preview on Friday on my channel. Plug.
Miss Fins.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes. But essentially, I don't think this is going to be a shootout, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be a more defensive led type of game on both sides. Well, actually, on our side, more than anything else, their secondary is dismantled. They don't really have anybody in their secondary. So that's something that we need to exploit. Their corners are really, they're not that good. And plus, they also have a rookie center that we also need to exploit. So if we can take care of those two matchups right there, I think that we should be able to do some really good things when it comes to offense and defense. So, mhm.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. I think this is more of a defensive game. I think Miami, and I've said this earlier, with the secondary of Baltimore uh, being down, Marlon Humphreys, oh my goodness, I think Marcus Peters, I think they're out. I believe Miami, just like I said last week, I think they're going to try to strike early. I think they're going to try to make a big play or try to come out fast and not to do that the whole game. I think they're going to try to test Baltimore's defense to see where Baltimore is, see if they could get away with it. If they notice that Baltimore, which why wouldn't they? They got a great organization, staff, etc. But to see if they could take advantage of this weak secondary. If they can, then I think it's going to be a long day for Baltimore. But if Baltimore is prepared for that type of play, could hold that and keep them tight. I think this will be a tight game. I think it's a defensive game. Evan says the Hebrew Hammer will be heckling Jackson in submission. He's talking about Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown. Endor, thank you for tuning in, brother. We appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe button, people.
Mhm.
So I think you're right. I actually predicted, and I'll say here, I believe the Dolphins will win this football game. I think it's going to be 17-14. Did you put a prediction on your show?
So I did, and I completely forgot to write it down. So I'm gonna give you
Here
a
comes a
little,
remix.
yeah. Um, So as far as a score prediction, because again, I mean having Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey out are questionable in their secondary. I have no faith in their secondary, so I feel like we should be able to exploit that, especially with the speedsters that we have on the outside. That should be really interesting if we stretch the field. I I get it. We don't have Austin Jackson being out for 4 weeks, and Tehran is also injured.
He is.
We'll see if he's going to end up playing. To be honest with you, I'm glad that I saw that they elevated Coleman, which is probably the easiest move they could have done. Um, but when it comes to the offensive line, if we can hold up and give them enough time to run their routes, I think we can really exploit it. So I would say 24-17.
That's fair. 24-17 was my prediction last week. Evan has 24-16. Bowleg, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Has 31-21. Now, Steve says our defense is elite. I think it's tracking that way. I think they're right there. I mean, especially with the play of someone like Brandon Jones, Kohu. I mean, we had Byron Jones was out, one of our star corners, and a lot of people were concerned, which is Xavier Howard. But my goodness, did these young guys step up? Nick Needham, Kohu, I mean, with Byron Jones, and of course Brandon Jones and Javon Holland. I was very happy, and I love how everybody. Some people put down the Patriots, the Mac Jones, and say, "Oh, Mac Jones is not that good," and then they go crazy. No, that's a legit type of football team that will probably make you pay later. So I was very happy with what our defense did against a Mac Jones New England Patriots offense, and I think that's one of the keys to the game. I have three keys to the game, and I brought them up during. But before I bring up mine, what are your three keys to secure a Miami Dolphins victory tomorrow?
I had like 17 keys because I looked at it in depth.
I love it.
But I'm not gonna go through all that because that's a little much. Well, sorry, excuse me. As far as major key alert. Major keys really. To be honest with you, is Miami needs to exploit their secondary. Period. I mean that has to be an automatic exploit the secondary. Let's go ahead and do it because at this point They really are. The secondary is it's so weak that we should be able to do it. And with that exploitation, because I'm gonna stick to offense in this one point, we also need to, in tandem, exploit that center. So I'm expecting our D line to just ram through these boys because, again, Ronnie Stanley is doubtful. They have they have a lot of injuries right now, and it's something that we need to go ahead and really take advantage of. So for me, the offense needs to take advantage and go after the secondary as well as just destroy that that O line. And then as far I'm sorry, um, destroy their the DTs, destroy their O line. Another key to victory for me is take the points. And I said this last week. Why take the points, Miss Finch? Because at the end of the day, we all know if he gets loose and he gets that run game, and by run game I mean himself, he can go in for 2 touchdowns himself. Um,
Yeah.
so we want to make sure that we go ahead and take the points as far as offense. So if we have something, I get it. We want to be aggressive, obviously. Um, I mean, I was very happy with the results of that 4th and 7, but that is risky. So take the points would have to be my second point, and then my last one, which I just thought of and completely left my brain, but it's okay because I got something else. Is man, that was such a good one. Give me a second here. Oh, get back to me, man, because I really wanted to emphasize that third point that I had. Let's see if I
Yeah,
can
we
get my
it's all
notes.
good. We're gonna get to that, Evan. I promise. I have it on my mind. It's Miss Fins. Of course, we'll talk about it. But so my three keys. First off was, and Evan's gonna mess with me now because I just saw his thing. I'm messing up here. But first off, I would say is force Lamar Jackson to be one dimensional. Make sure you contain him, make him beat you with the pass, and allow your secondary to get the football or have a chance at the football. So make him one dimensional. Don't allow him to run out and take advantage that way because you're absolutely right. He could beat you multiple ways. Secondly, offensive line with the injury now to Austin Jackson, possibly Terran Armstead. Uh, Little is more than likely. Greg Little's most likely going to start. If
Mhm.
Terran Armstead goes down last week when he was out, it was Leon Eichenberg. The offensive line, my goal for them is obviously protect the quarterback, not only from Baltimore's defense, but protect him from himself. It seems that when he is rattled, when the pressure is on, he's keen to make errors, mistakes. Times where we were talking about when he was gonna, when he didn't fumble, but he could have. He needs to learn to tuck it and fall, or tuck it and run. Don't force the pass. Don't force the mistake. Tuck it
No,
and fall down.
I'm gonna push
You
back. I'm
disagree?
gonna stop you right there. He needs to
Go
learn
for
how
it.
to throw away the ball. Period. And I've been saying this for the last 2 years. He never did it in Alabama, which is why he got the hip injury. He tries to hold on to the ball for too long. He tries to go ahead and try to
Oh,
make a play, but he doesn't have the legs or the arm to make those types of throws. So he needs to learn how to throw away the ball. Get out of that box. Throw away the ball. Period. He learns how to do that. I'm not saying throw it all away every single time or give up on a play, but what I am saying is he needs to learn how to throw. Forget it. We can afford for him to be taking those unnecessary hits. He's too injury prone, so he needs
well,
to
he's
throw
gonna
away the
get
ball.
hit.
Period.
My thing is, it's not about throwing. It's not about taking on this. It's when the hit is coming. Don't try to force a throw. Tuck and roll because you don't want to fumble the ball. Absolutely don't want to get him hit. That's why you got to protect the quarterback. Protect the quarterback from the defense. Protect him from himself because he can make mistakes. And you're absolutely right. Everybody wants to sometimes talk about Tua in college and Tua in the pro. They're two different quarterbacks. They're not the same quarterback. What you saw in college is not what you're going to see here. It's two different guys, in my opinion. He has never shown what he did in college in the pros. That's why you have to treat him different, and that's
Agree.
why I think, and Evan says Tua's biggest enemy is himself. He just needs to know his own limitations. I agree with that. And that's, again, it's not the same type of quarterback. So, yes, I don't argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you about him throwing it away. Throw it away, protect the football. Throw it away, protect yourself. But when you're already getting hit, don't try to force it downfield. Don't try to throw it, and then cause an interception, cause a fumble. get hurt your shoulder, tuck it, fall down, or tuck it and run out of bounds. I just think it's
I
a
think
better
he
way.
already does that. I think he's already. Yeah, I think he already does
Nah,
that. So that's
I
what
don't think he does.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
he's
he
trying
does
to
it
get to.
consistently.
I think he's trying to pretend he's Ryan Fitzpatrick when he's not. I think he's trying to pretend that he's Skylar Thompson when he's not. He can't make those throws. He can't do it. When
Let's just
everybody used
say
to
he
say his
hasn't made
strong
those
side.
throws. So there's no evidence that he can make those throws.
And the thing is that it seems like when they say his strong side is his left side, but every time he goes rolls to his left, he's throwing at people's feet. So I'd rather him just tuck it and fall. Don't force the turnover. He's not a flicker. He almost caused it last week. Yeah, well, that's the point. Um, and again, for just Tua to just protect the football, give what the defense allows you to have. It doesn't need to be a high scoring game. You do have Tyreek, you have Jalen Waddle. I know it's sexy to throw it downfield, but yak yards after the catch, it's huge in a McDaniel offense. So 5 yard, 10 yard, quick out, get it to your guy, make sure you smack him in the chest or just a little above, and let him take it to the house. Don't have to make no big plays. Just protect the football, get past this week, and allow your offensive line to get healthy.
I got my last one. Which when you kind of hinted at it, but not necessarily the way that I wanted to go over is when it comes to Lamar. We definitely do need to contain him, like you said. But more than not, we need to go ahead and we need to utilize our secondaries with the zero that we do, because we can't be doing zero all the time, especially since we are injured in our own secondary. But what I would say is we need to go ahead and give him different offensive looks, so that way we can confuse him. Obviously, he is a veteran. He's played in the league for several years, so he knows what he's doing. MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can contain him out front, I don't think he has the wide receivers to go ahead and make. I mean, he's got Rashad Bateman, and that's it. If we're gonna be honest with you, because right now James Prochi is questionable. Even his running backs are questionable. J.K. Dobbins. So right now, he's really not that. He doesn't have that much going for him right now. Even his fullback is injured. So at this point, they're weak in their offense and they're weak in their secondary. Their run stopping game is actually pretty good and decent. Their D line is what worries me the most. If we're gonna talk about what to watch out for, is their D line against our run game, and the fact that we have a very injured O line that we have to shift already in week 2. So because of that, I'm more afraid of their D line than against our O line more than anything else. And then obviously the ability of Lamar to be able to make plays. So I personally want to see Tua rolling out to his right, because there's way too much meat in that right side that he just doesn't even consider. And at this point, I get it. Oh, Miss Fans, but he only got 2.4 seconds to throw. That's the average for most quarterbacks. So stop. I'm not gonna feed into that. It's over. Just do your job. Period. So, like I said, I don't even feel like I'm giving hard things for him to accomplish. 230 to 250, 2 touchdowns, no INTs, and a couple of deep passes. I mean, with my 24-17, I'm expecting the defense at least to get one for us. That's only leaves him those 2 TDs that he's got to do, either both of them in the air, or we got to get one of these running backs to go ahead and make it happen. So, yeah, that's essentially where I'm at right now when it comes to this
I think
game.
that all valid, great points. Harrison, you remember Harrison? He won fantasy draft.
Hmm.
He's been communicating this a lot to me via the phone. He's wondering why, what the hell's going on. I've been sending good trades. He said, I believe he said, let me pop that up very quick. I apologize. Accept my trade, my fantasy trade, Miss Fins, shaking my head. What trade is he trying to get done?
I don't know. I don't think
I
I've
think he was trying to.
seen. Which one are
Let's
you
see if he
talking about,
pops it.
Harrison?
Because I think he was saying something. I think he was trying to trade you your love interest there, Mike Gesicki.
Is he the next guy? The next guy
Yes,
that was in the
NXT.
draft?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, listen, it's fantasy, baby. I was an ace last week. All 5 leagues I won. Thank you very much. And knock
Oh,
on
I'll
wood,
tell
I'm
you.
gonna keep going.
Well,
Yeah. No, don't underestimate me. I won my league last year too, and I already told everybody. I have him in one of my leagues, by the way. He is my backup tight end. So nope, I'm still coming for all of you guys. No
I
mercy.
gotta come at you though a little quick because talking about
No.
fantasy league, but I'm in two pick'ems, and I'm in first place in both of them.
I know you're my. I can't even stand. I'm in like
I'm 10.
third to
I'm
last. I can't even believe
yeah.
this.
But
I
you
don't
were
even
the
want to look
you
at it.
yeah, you're 7 and 8. Was you were I believe
Really?
11th place? Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna throw
Thank,
it out there. And I
thank.
was 10-6. Let me throw this out there just for my
Okay, it was a 3 game swing, so stop it.
all
Like,
right.
and you know what?
Here's the
I
network.
thought, wow, really? So you just had to. You
I
just
did that.
had.
This is the Fits on Sports Network one, and as you can see, I'm winning that one too. Brett and Dave were the ones who decided to do this, and look where Brett's at. God bless him. But just tells you, you guys just listen to me and just trust my words. You know, I mean, it is what it is. What's up, Realtor? Um,
Hey, realtor, how are you?
uh, no, so let's do that now. Offensive line, and then I want to talk about Kasicki. I do want to touch on Kasicki. Um, Offensive line before the injuries with Jackson, Armstead, Eichenberg at left, Williams, who did very well at center last week, Robert Hunt. Before the injuries last week, from 1 to 10, how confident were you in this offensive line going
one
into
to
week one?
ten, one being like
Yeah,
not confident, 10 being like
yeah,
confident.
you got it.
2.
God, God darn. Okay, so all right, fair
I'm
enough.
not gonna
So where are you
sugarcoat it.
now?
2.
Injuries.
Negative
Where are you?
3. I mean, are
Negative.
you kidding me?
Holy
Like, this is.
hell!
Are you kidding me? Come on, man. We already knew, and we were all praying that Toronto would last at least 12 to 14 games. He didn't even make it out of one, so stop. That's it. It's over with this O line. We have the same O line as last year. Let's just deal with it. With maybe an occasional sprinkle of Toronto, it's over. So I didn't have a faith in it before. I was happy with the way that they played in the preseason when it came to pass protection. So I was very happy to see that, which they were doing. But then, and I was there. I was like 5 feet away when they brought him into the tent because I was actually on the field in the 72 club on the field. So I was like, I saw when they brought Austin Jackson. I'm like, of course. So I saw all of that. I saw the injury. To me, no, I have zero faith. Do I expect them to still perform? Yes, because they're getting paid and they're professionals. They're not high schoolers or college. And I hold my team to a high standard because this is the undefeated, most amazing team in the entire league, period. So my standards don't go down
I
or
agree.
my
No,
expectations.
I think that is absolutely fair. So right now, going into game two, even though you have Miami winning, right? You have them
Hmm.
winning, but you have no confidence in this offensive line to do well against Baltimore.
I just said the DT, their defensive line is what I am most concerned about. That's probably the only thing in their team that is actually decent and not riddled with injuries. I mean, if you asked me a question and I answered it, that's it. I mean, they have a good D line, so I'm not gonna pretend like they're not. They're good against the run, so we have to see what happens. Now, that
All
doesn't mean
right.
that I don't think that we can make things occur, and this is where I put it on the coaching staff
Yeah.
to deal with what they have because they're also getting paid and make adjustments. And that's another key that I brought too last week and this week as well. We need to be making halftime adjustments because thinking whatever we have, not even just halftime, quarter by quarter if need be, but we need to be doing at minimum halftime adjustments. And that's for you, Coach Mike McDaniel, and the rest of your coaching staff. You have to be making adjustments because at the end of the day, um, no team is the same throughout an entire game. So, and we will be dealing with injuries. I mean, you said it earlier. We got Darth Cater, and thank God he's panning out. But we don't have Byron for another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now we're not gonna have. Now we're not
Jackson.
gonna have Jackson for 4 weeks. So at the end of the day, injuries are gonna happen. It happens to every team. So
All
I
right,
expect better to do their job. Everybody do their job.
just do your job. As the great Al Davis would say, just win, baby. All right. Mike Gesicki. You know they're going to ask you about that. You know people want to know. Last week had like what, a catch?
One
What happened?
catch for 1 yard, one target, 1 yard, one reception.
How do you think he does this week? Do you think they get him the ball more?
I think that they're working him as a passer, blocker more than anything else. To be honest with you, I do want to see him be involved a little bit more. Um, I don't think that he was necessarily put in a situation, and I don't mean offensively wise, but I think that he really wasn't needed as much, and that's probably why he didn't get as much into it. Now, I will say this, and you do run into this issue is, and yes, we will need to discuss Tua's comments, but if he's not seeing his receivers, that's going to be a detriment to all receivers. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And
yeah.
Mike is huge, so the fact that he's not able to see him, I don't see how. I don't see why he's having such issues getting him the ball. I mean, I'll tell you this: he is a Pro Bowler in any other team, and at the end of the day, there will be a point in this season when they're gonna be like, we need offensive production because they're double teaming Tyreek or they're double teaming Waddle, and we're gonna get stuck with Mike Gesicki. And guess what? He'll show up. Period. So
So you're still confident in him in this offense right now, and like you, I think you're absolutely right. Though he's a Pro Bowler anywhere else,
yeah,
he would be one of the key pieces somewhere else. He's just not being, and that's why like I hate I think Kasicki's one of my favorite players. I think he's such a huge asset, and I think if used right, I predicted that he'd have the most touchdowns as a receiver for Miami this season with Tyreek and Waddle. It's just a easy red zone right down the field. I mean, he
huge,
should take
and
a
and
huge.
he's got hands.
What's
So
up, Lance? No, and I just don't. Obviously, it's easy to say he doesn't fit the system, but you figure how to use those type of players in any system. You try to figure it out. But the way he played, or the way it was last week, I'm sorry, I get right to you. The way it was happened last week, it's easy to see that they might think the same thing. Well, let's try to use him. Let's force him to be what he's not. Force him to block. We have these other weapons, and that's kind of scary at the same time because then you go, well, damn, are you going to lose him for nothing? Go out the year and try to make him something that he's not, or you're going to take advantage of his numbers and try to make big plays, or you're going to trade him before the season ends.
I got a question for you. How long did it take our defense to really rev it up last year?
Ooh, well, what was their losing streak? 7 games, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And well, I'll say 8 games because I even brought it up earlier today. Everybody keeps saying how happy they are. It's just a win that Miami beat New England Patriots, and I was not happy with everything the way it progressed today. But it's the same way I felt last year. Dolphins beat the Patriots. People were excited. Oh, a win is a win. They said the same thing, and I said, well, there's a lot of things they left on the field. I'm not actually sure this is we're going to do well. And what did
They didn't
happen?
set the right tone.
They didn't set the right 7 games. This defense, I think, started off right. This defense, started off good or good enough to pick it up earlier. Why are you asking that question?
This is the reason why I'm
Great
asking that
question.
question. Thanks. The reason why I'm asking that particular question is because people want to say, "Oh, they didn't pick it up until they played Baltimore when we started, our win streak." Wrong, actually. They picked it up in Buffalo. That defense was there in Buffalo, but there's only so much you can do if you don't have the offense being complementary. They held them to 3 points for 2.5 quarters. So it took them time because they were all rookies. You know what I mean? Now,
Yes.
in a sense, Gasicki is a rookie when it comes to this particular skill. I think they're giving him enough game time for him to develop that skill. Unless he's doing it, he's not gonna get better. Does he look absolutely ugly at some points? I'm like, oh man, you just let him move you like that. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a little embarrassed, you know. But at the end of the day, you also have to think about it too. Playing any sport is chess. So people assume, oh, he telegraphed. We always knew we were gonna do a pass when he was in there. Now they don't know because he's there blocking. And you know what? There are gonna be times where they're gonna ask him just to purely block, and there are gonna be times where he's gonna come out into that middle, sneak in the back, and then pick up those yardage. At the end of the day, they're gonna use him however they feel like they need to use him. But until he gets more reps, live reps, he's never going to get better in that particular skill. But Miss Fins, we have Durham, we have Tanner Connor, we have Hunter Long. They're so much better in blocking. Great. Hunter Long is for the future. I'm not even worried about him. Durham Smythe, phenomenal backup tight end. But at the end of the day, none of those guys have the same productivity when it comes to the offense or the type of skills that Gasicki has. What do you mean, Miss Fans? Durham Smythe had the same percent. He had a better percentage in his catches. Actually, when you're only doing a few plays, of course you're gonna get higher. Just like Tua was so much better than Mahomes throwing deep passes over whatever yards last year. Yeah, when you're throwing 2 versus 12, you're gonna have a higher percentage. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say,
So
when you
please,
see guys, when you have Miss Fins on the show, you're not only getting Miss Fins, you're getting her alter ego, and her third personality. She's all around. I just love it. And Lance, let me, Evan's picking on you. I'm happy that you came on the show to watch Fins Talk Overtime with Miss Fins. You saw Miss Fins, you decided to jump on. That's why she's on, because she offers so much great insight, guys. If you haven't subscribed to her channel, again, I tell you, and I say this a lot, and I mean this. I'm not just saying this because she's a friend. I'm not just saying this because she comes on here, but you're doing yourself a disservice. You like Dolphins, you like talk to Dolphins, you like listening to Dolphins. Go to her page after the show. Go to Miss Fins. Hit that subscribe button. She is on every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 a.m., talking Fins. Just like here, she interacts with the people. It's not just going like this. Anyway, my opinion, Dolphins, blah, blah, blah. No, she's talking to
no.
you. She's just like right here. This is what we do. So do yourself a favor. I will tell you this. If you're here, this is your first time here, whether you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, smash that like and subscribe button. If you're
Yeah.
on Twitter or YouTube or Twitter on Facebook, scan that code, that barcode there, hit that subscribe button. Let me tell you why very quick, Miss Fids, if you don't mind. I will
Go
say
ahead.
if you guys get past 500 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway here, and you have a chance to win once we get past 500, either a Jalen Waddle or Javon Holland jersey. Okay, one of these two. These two guys. Jalen Waddle had a touchdown last week. Javon Holland had an interception. These two right now are the future of the Miami Dolphins until told
Mm-hmm.
otherwise. So awesome giveaway. Tell your friends, hey guys, because the faster we get the 500, the faster we do the giveaway, and it's by random. I will pick the winner, and then I'll let you know if you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Message me. I'll give you my email once we get past 500, or once we pick the winner. Watch it here. We'll announce it, and we'll get in contact. So very cool giveaway. Now
Hey
let me
Lance,
make
how you
sure.
doing, buddy?
QR code. Whatever, Evan. Jeez, Lou, dude. Drink some coffee. Anyway, he's just messing with me. It's a QR code, not barcode. It's the same thing. Whatever. So this is an interesting. Okay, damn it, Miss Fins. I saw the face. All right, now, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle jerseys. This is always a fun question. What do you like buying jerseys? That's the first thing. Are you somebody who buys jerseys?
The only jersey I've ever bought, Mike is sexy. That's it.
Okay, so I'm someone where the last jersey I got as a gift, I got Xavier Howard, and I got a jersey with my favorite number, which is 8 or 88, with my
Mm,
name on it. Okay,
that's me. My
yeah,
favorite number is 8. So
yes,
that's why I have a Gasicki. Finally,
yeah.
somebody has my number, and it's a good player. So that's why I bought it.
Yeah, exactly. And I might be getting an 88 jersey with Bobby Finstock on the back. I'm excited about it. But I got an 8 that says Melendez on the back that I got as good. But the one player I did get was Tua when we drafted him. Even though I wasn't on the take for Tua, or I was more, I wanted Justin Herbert coming out. When Tua became our quarterback, support the quarterback, support the player, get on the bandwagon, as everyone would say, and go there. That's the last jersey. But you don't know what happens in the few years. And we don't know if Tua will be here. We don't know if Gesicki will be here. So if you had to pick, who was the safest jersey to get? Would you get a Javon Holland or a Jalen Waddle jersey right now if you had the choice?
As in, I feel like they're gonna stay in the team for a while. You mean?
Yeah, safer jersey. If you had somebody say, "Hey man, what player do you think is going to be a lifetime Dolphin?" If you had to go with one of those two guys, it's a hard one. But who would you say? Yeah, you got to
Between
buy that.
Waddle and Holland,
You got it.
Holland, number 8.
That's
I
it.
could care less. I'm not wearing some other random number. And both of my numbers are worn by great players in the Miami Dolphins. Eventually, I want to get a Javon Holland jersey because it's number 8. Hey, I love Matt Moore. He wore number 8, but I wasn't gonna get the backup QBs. He's still my favorite all-time backup QB ever, Matt Moore. Okay,
Really?
so yes,
Whoa.
absolutely, all-time favorite
Okay.
backup QB, Matt Moore, wore number 8 to my own heart.
Ryan
Now
Fitz?
it's Javon
Ryan
Holland.
Fitzpatrick?
Hmm?
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Matt Moore, my heart right here, my favorite all time. Devon Holland. It is what it is. I'm not wearing some
Got you.
other person's number. So
I will say I don't think you could go wrong with either one, but I agree. I think Javon Holland, realistic and numbers aside, because 8 is my favorite number. 88, born in that year. It's my 8:04 p.m. on 7/8/88. All that one, it all matches up. So 8's my favorite number. 88. But 17 I like, but Jalen Waddle I think will be here a long time. I think you just don't get rid of weapons. But if I had to go, which one is the safer bet? Realistically, I think it's defense. Javon Holland. That dude's a real deal. And
it
don't
wins
sleep on
Super
Brandon
Bowls.
Jones or Jalen. Huh?
It wins Super Bowls.
That defense wins championships. All right, we're getting here on the 40th minute here. Evan says Bobby's buying me a 17 jersey that says stop or hush up. I might get a Skylar jersey, Lance says. Okay. Number 1 all
Get
day.
it.
Buy a Tua jersey all day? Is that what you're saying? All right, good luck. That might be the next giveaway. I might go ahead and give away a jersey that's in my closet. Oh, and she does sound effects. It's a real winner right here. Boy. All right, so Miss Fins, we're getting here in the 40th minute here. We both predict wins tomorrow for the Dolphins, despite concerns that we have, and I think are legitimate. They are tour jerseys are on sale.
Hey, that might actually be a good one, so it won't
That's
cost
good,
as much.
Evan.
So,
I like that, Evan. That's really good. Wow, Evan.
hey, Lance
Evan.
Phillips. Let me tell you this real quick, Bobby.
Yeah.
And to Lance, I actually feel like Phillips, in my opinion, like TJ, Jason Taylor, JT, he's special in my opinion, and I can see him being an All Pro.
I know a lot of
Very
people are
near in the
critical of
future.
him week 1, but hey, you know what? It takes a little bit. I'm excited. Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips, Brandon Jones, key
Terrell
young.
Williams, Cater Kohu. This defense is young and it's gonna last and it's gonna be cheap for the next 4 years. So
And how
within the next
about
4 years, we have to win the Super Bowl.
and you know what's so key too? How about Xavier Howard, Emmanuel Agba to do their job, comes up with a sack, comes up with a interception, a forced interception. I mean, this defense, like you said, it started very slow last year. Not gonna. It doesn't look like it's starting slow this year, and that gives me
We had
confidence.
rookies. So.
Yeah, gives me confidence for this team to and we have undrafted free agents this year, Kohu, and I mean, it just tells you the leadership on this defense. Melvin Ingram, who was just signed during the preseason. I mean, a touchdown. It's huge. I'm very confident in this defense. Go to Marshall's. Tua and Tannehill jerseys are in liquidation. Jeez, Lou.
Wait, Tannehill? I might get a Tannehill one. I like him.
I have a Tannehill. I have a Tannehill one that somebody gave to me. Do you want it? I said, of course I'll take it. I don't mind. 17. I like that number. You have 17.
That's my brother's number.
Yeah, 17 is cool. I like 17. But anywho, look, I know you're a very busy girl. I'm a busy guy. We're on Dolphins podcast, doing 1,000 shows everywhere and anywhere. Again, guys, let me just thank Miss Fins for taking the time out and joining me today. I'm very excited about the game tomorrow. We're in Dolphin season. It's so much fun to actually talk football, actually talk what we see on the field. No more second guessing or guessing because the tape is there. There's no more going, oh, this and that. No, watch the film, watch the game. It's exciting. If you haven't yet, do yourself a favor. Go to Miss Finn's page again. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Thank you.
Miss Finns, do you have anything going on this week on your channel? Anything
Oh,
special?
of course. Well, I have you on Monday morning.
Oh, look
Yeah.
what she's doing! I'm gonna try my best.
You don't have to be here for the whole hour. You could do 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It's fine.
No, I'm thinking we'll talk now. It's in front of everybody. It's fine. I mean, I'm thinking even if I'm going to work, I might. No, it's all good. I might do it from my car. I'll do it. No, I'm going to be there. You know me. I love to be on your show and vice versa. So
there you
yes,
go. So
I could be there Monday morning.
Evan. I have Bobby Monday for the post game recap. It's Motivation Monday on my show. Whether we win or lose, it's still a motivation. There's always something to learn, whether it's a win or a loss. So it's Motivation Monday. I am more. You're hilarious. So yeah, that, and then for the rest of the week, honestly, I have my new co-host on my Wednesday night show at 8 with color commentary. We do the league-wide Wednesdays. It's Let's Talk Football. We talk the entire NFL. We give you our picks for the week, who we feel like it's gonna actually be winning and why, and we also go over the key, the most impactful players based on the position as far as the entire league, who we feel like is gonna be the most impactful. So that's something that we do, and then obviously Fridays I have my game preview, which that's also going to be a lot of, it's going to be exciting. But I always have something I can't really, it's a lot. So, but Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Sometimes I go to like 9:30, 10, but really 9:30 at most is really what I'm trying to cut that puppy down to. But yes, you guys can find me with here. But we're not done because I still have to ask you a question. So,
go for it.
If you were trying to leave, too bad.
No, go for it.
Okay, well, I gotta ask you about it, sir. What do you think about Tua's press conference?
Oh, damn it! I should have left the show.
No, can't run away. It's your own channel. Give me the truth.
It's like Godfather 3. You try to get out of it, but yet they pull you back in. And I know people are going to say Drew Brees and all this other crap, but I don't know. It's very discouraging as a fan, for your quarterback. In my opinion, this is my opinion. It doesn't have to be everybody
else. That's all I ask. I don't care about anybody else. I'm talking to you. So
yeah,
tell me about
you. He said something quite out loud. Yeah, he probably did. But I would say he probably did say it out loud. I don't think he should. It just discouraged me. It's like, dude, come on. The questions are there. And who says that? If I can't see you, make yourself open. You don't want to hear your quarterback say that. How
do you think that affects the team?
Well, I don't know. I hate this question. I hate to say that they would lie, but I would have to say that if you asked them, they'd probably say, "Oh no, everybody says that," or "Oh no, whatever." But to me, I think it's discouraging.
They're lying. They're all gonna lie.
Yeah, I just, why would you want to hear your quarterback say that? That's why for me, I never heard. I mean, and I could be wrong. I never heard a quarterback say something like that. I've seen small quarterbacks, but I've seen them move around, make plays, get the ball to their guy, big, small, and you want to bring up Drew Brees?
Kyler is 5'10".
Yeah, and look what he does. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. There's no question about Kyler Murray. There are questions on Tua, and when you're trying to squash those questions, you can pretend that you don't want to. You hear everybody. Why say something like that? I don't know. All I'm saying, and I'm going to go overboard here. So, but yeah, no, I didn't like it.
It's overtime, sir. That's what we're here for.
Oh, there you go. Okay. No, but because you'll get me on a whole other rant because, one of the things.
That's what we're here for.
Hey, I don't know if you saw the post game last Sunday. It was, I
actually didn't catch it, to be honest.
And I know usually you do try to jump in and watch some things. But if you have a chance, even just, try to skip to the Tua part and have fun. It was me, Evan, Justin from Digging in the Trenches, and Neil Cordaro. And man, Neil and me were on one side, these two on the other. First off, all brothers. We all get along. We all have a blast. But we were going at it. I mean, we got so heated. And, a lot of problem is, and I was talking to Mike Brown about this, and we kind of got a little to it. But, but what I was telling Evan, sometimes it's always moving it back and moving it back. You keep moving the pylon further and further with expectations and excuses and everything else. After a while, you're going to go, dude, just play. Make the right decision. Why are you causing more trouble by saying something that makes no sense? Because the offensive line is big. So now we have, so when you make a mistake, people are going to start using the excuse, well, the offensive line is too big. We need a 5'10" offensive tackle. We got to look for
Somebody
that
on
now.
my show said, now we got to get midget linemen for him to see.
It's going to be another excuse,
It made me laugh so hard.
But it's like, what the hell? It's like, dude, now we got to find midget, right? Small offensive linemen, or 6'10" wide receivers for you so we could stop the excuses. It's always something, and he just made a new excuse. So that's where I am on that right now.
I got another
what
question
about you?
for you.
Damn
before,
it!
Before I answer it, because I do have my answer, that's why it's easy for me. Yeah, you're gonna interview it in your own show.
Yeah, no,
but,
I have. You
it's
do that to me
overtime
all the time. That's right.
So,
go for it.
Okay, so how do you think? Do you think Tua even wants to play?
Oh, damn.
Well, welcome to Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. I am Miss Fins with my co-host Bobby Fins Talk on his channel, Fins Talk Sports Network.
I think I need to have Miss Fins on here a lot more often than I do because she puts me on the hot seat. That's a damn good question. Shoot, does he want to play? Does he actually want to be in the game?
Does he look to you like he actually wants to play?
I don't know. There's a part of me. I don't know if I want to accuse him of that, but there are times where I feel like I don't think he had. Damn, that's even wrong. Sometimes I don't feel like he has love for the game. There's sometimes that he doesn't look. I mean, people. Skylar Thompson. I saw his name pop in there. 7th round pick. Yes. Played against 2nd and 3rd stringers. Sure. First off, again, I would say, and Evan will attest to it. I know Evan holds me to everything. 2nd, 3rd, 4th stringers, 3rd string football team, the throws and the way he was playing on the field, there was a different type of quarterback in Skylar Thompson. He was making plays that 7 stringers don't usually make. But when I saw him on the field compared to Tua in the 3 years that he's been here, he was excited. He was commanding of the offense. On the sideline, he was continuing. He was hyping up the guys, but he was continuing to do snaps. He was continuing to work on his craft. When he was on the field, I remember Saquandre White. He was off. They called timeout, and he went off. Not go off on him, but he was putting him in his place in something in regards to the play. The next play was a touchdown. I mean, I don't see that in Tua. And see, Evan will say, Flo took the love out of Tua. I'm sorry, but
how
see, this is
when
my
he
thing.
played for Nick Satan, so there's no.
I agree. See that right there.
Stop it.
Tua's played for all types of coaches. He played for Nick Saban, who made a player cry, a pro player in the Dolphins. A Dolphin player, there's a story.
Not even just that.
Some big, tall offensive lineman. There was a big, I forgot his name, but it was a big, I think, defensive one of the guy. He said hi to Nick Saban in the facility, and another guy came up, an official, said, "Hey, don't talk to Saban until he calls you." And the guy was crying or whatever, made a guy cry in the field. So please, he had Nick Saban as his head coach. I don't want to hear about Brian Flores anymore.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear about Flores anymore. Okay, there's his side, her side, the truth. And you want to believe that, that's fine. But stop. If he had Nick Saban as coach, he could have dealt with Brian Flores. Saban got us twice. He played for Saban consistency.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but that's fine.
4 coordinators.
Just so you know, Evans. Just so no. Hold on. Let me get to this. Evan, I don't know if you know this, but Herbert had 6 coordinators in the last 6 years. So stop it. I don't want to hear about.
But that's my thing.
And keep it moving. It's over. No excuses, man. What can you do today with what you have? That is what we need our quarterback to do.
I agree.
I don't think he has the love for it no more. I don't think he ever really did. I think he was thrusted like, you're going to be our moneymaker. And somebody brought it up on my show this past week. And I'm like, and also too, when I was on TFTG, the Fins tailgate at night, super late. But they were talking about it and essentially saying that he just came here for the money. They did everything they could as far as his trainer and his coaches, knowing full well nobody really we didn't get our hands on him. We got 2 videos, and then they just did on the one play that he got in Alabama. With that, we got scammed out of $38 million. That's it. That's the truth. That is what happened.
Well, that's
And
my thing.
and evidence. Look, he doesn't look like he's trying. I'm not gonna be the hero.
No. You're no.
I'm,
I. You know
I'm not
what?
gonna be the hero.
I would
I'm
say,
not.
and
I'm
then
not
you're
here to
right
be a
though. The
hero.
6 court. You see, and this is what people do, but they don't like it at the same time. They throw they throw different statistics out there. Oh, what about this? What about that? We keep moving the bar, the bar a little down the field. You say Justin Herbert, and then that's not fair. But then on Sunday night or Thursday night, Herbert throws an interception, which was Everett's fault. Obviously, no effort. But Herbert throws a pick, and all of a sudden, if Tua did that, it'd be blowing up. Like, dude, you don't like comparisons, but then you did
Tua
it.
has done that. So next we
Do not say
again,
Herbert. My pick.
and I'm not trying to like.
See, there it is. Look, I just said it, and
I
before
just said it,
the
and
pick six.
yeah.
It's
But the
like,
thing
come
is, I'm
on,
not
dude.
trying to pile on Tua. What with my questioning to you is because I think it's very interesting. I don't see the love for the game with his lack of, and we just found out from somebody that actually trained in Alabama, professional trainer, that said that Tua didn't really show up to classes. He didn't really study. And yeah, even Nick Saban had to break it down and make it into like 4 plays for Tua to be able to comprehend and
My thing
actually
was,
use.
and
So
if you go back and you watch, and I'll say this
come
because I don't
on.
want people to think that I'm just hopping on this now. I've been saying this since before the draft. I wasn't on the tank for Tua train. I support Tua as the quarterback. I hope he does well.
Of
However,
course, it's my
when he
team.
was coming out, no, absolutely 100%. I'm not accusing you of not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because people will. What I'm saying is, I even said, and I hate to say it now, but I'm just going to say what it is. I did not think coming out that he was a pro quarterback. He was a better college quarterback than a pro. I wanted Herbert. Okay. And that's just because people go, oh, look at her. Look at her. Herbert didn't have weapons like Tua. You want to talk about what Herbert has now in Los Angeles? Look at his college film. What receivers did he have? And look what he did. And you know what? Talent does make you a superstar. That is fact.
You prove my point right there, Bobby. Before you continue,
Okay.
Tua has never faced adversity. In high school, he was given a team. In college, he was given a team. When you're playing and your entire O line and wide receivers are all first round picks, no wonder you're gonna how he had the greatest of college football record, blah, 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 which Mac Jones the next year beat. So come on, man, like stop.
No, and that's my thing.
Overhyped.
It was like that's why I wasn't with that train. And I think
I
Chris
was for him.
Clare or whoever 100%. No, that's fine.
I was for that
My
bandwagon.
thing was I wasn't on it. I just did not see that. What people were seeing in the tape and all that, or the highlight videos that they were watching on YouTube. What I saw when I did watch tape 3 games, I did not see a pro level quarterback. And I look at the weapons because you got to manage the weapons. What did Herbert do with those weapons? Even Burrow. I'm now going to my bed and birding my tutors. I fell off the wagon, Brett. I miss you. Yeah, I know what he's saying. He usually calls Brett the negative one, but you fill that seat up. That's what he's saying right now.
Oh, really? It's not being negative. And what I wish you would understand is look at the patterns. And this is why I asked you that question. If you
Yeah.
feel like does he look like he even wants to be here? You know what I mean? And then on top of it,
I think he'd be happier traded. But to me, he's a
what?
I don't want to go. I know. Well, see, I'm gonna look at what Miss Fins is doing. Oh, post games will be fun tomorrow. I don't know. Again, I didn't see a pro quarterback, and I hope I'm wrong. But I haven't been proven wrong yet. And it's been 3 seasons. People go, oh, it's only week 1. The performance from last week. It's week 1 of 3 years now. Okay, and it's consistently the same.
What do you mean, Bobby? He didn't even play or start his rookie year. He got thrusted into the game. The first team he goes against is Aaron Donald, who sacks him on his very first play. So what are you talking about, Bobby? Okay, he hasn't had a full season. Whose fault is that to us? Get your body right. That's all I gotta say. And you know what? To answer the question, I was extremely pissed. I didn't even hear about Tua's comment until everybody was blowing me on Miss Fans. What do you think about this? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Until last Wednesday night. with color that we both watched it, like the replay, and I'm like, I've never heard any QB say this. You could say that, you could have that opinion off camera, but you don't say. These guys are putting, these linemen are putting their bodies at risk. The wide receivers are putting their bodies at risk. This team is putting their bodies at risk. CTE is a real thing. You know, these
Yeah.
injuries linger for these players. And you're just going to say, if you're not moving, if I can't see you, obviously, if you can't see him, you can throw them. We know this. But that means
What
that you
were
also need to make plays. Do your
what
job.
were
You
the
need to
key?
move.
Let me just end it with that, and you know, with this one here, and it's my because I was going to say what my official thought process was when it came out, and I've been saying this since when Finstock today was the only show, and I was by myself in my um
In your
storage
car.
out back in my closet, in my cold storage. But I, you know, it
Right.
was recorded back then, it wasn't live. How far I've grown to the wall. No, but but yes, Steve, you're
Yes,
absolutely right.
yes. We got to put flags
Fitzpatrick,
on our receivers. There you go.
yeah, absolutely. And Fitzpatrick had a great elevate. You're absolutely right. I love that. I got to watch that whole interview. But when he was coming out, people were, you know, what were the three comparisons that you heard when he came out? Top three quarterback comparisons, and I'll tell you
Okay,
which mine was, and
let
that
me
got
be
people
let me
pissed
be a
off.
1000% honest with you. I wasn't really looking into Tua like that. I just went by because my brother was like, "Yeah, this guy's the guy." So I was like,
Well, I
"Okay,
could
so
say it.
thank you for Tua." And then I'm like, "Oh my god!" I got pissed when we started winning games. I'm like, "What are you doing? We're gonna lose out on Tua." And then we ended up doing. And I was there, and I still remember me and my brother were like, "Oh my god, we won those games, and we're still gonna get Tua." Yes, yes, yes. I was all gun ho, but what realistically, I wasn't paying attention to him like that. But I did
Okay.
make this distinction though, because when I talking to my brother, I was like, and I heard the TV say, "Oh, Herbert lacks the leadership. He's quiet." But I'm like, and I thought, I'm like, that makes no sense. You don't have to be loud and rowdy to be a leader. So if that's the only thing you're gonna disqualify a guy for, then maybe you need to reevaluate this
Well, then
because
Tua is not
I
a
did
leader because Tua doesn't do that.
and I didn't think that that was a disqualifier for Herbert, in my opinion. I liked his size and you know the little film that they showed, but I wasn't really looking into them like that. So I don't want to lie and say, "Oh, I thought about this." No, what I heard was Drew Brees. That was it because he was just as little, even though
So that's one.
technically he's not even little. Like I just don't get it.
So
But
that's one was Drew Brees, Russell Wilson.
all
I've heard
short
Mark
quarterbacks.
Brunell. Yeah, Mark Brunell, and there was someone else, Steve Young. Those were the four. Notice that. Okay. For me, for me, who when somebody asked me my comparison because of what
Evan,
I believed, what he said, I just purchased a Josh Allen jersey. I'm moving from Canada to Buffalo, jumping on the Bills. Oh, Evan, I'll hear about it tomorrow, I'm sure. But for me, and I'm going to say this because I'm saying what I compared him to coming out. If you asked me what his comparison was, I wasn't on that. I said Tim Tebow. That was my comparison coming out of college.
why? Why?
All hype. What great college quarterback? Not going to be a great pro quarterback. I saw a lot of similar traits, saw a lot of similar everything, and then I had Tebow.
It's funny
That
you
was my
said Tebow because Tebow to me it's exactly the same thing. Everybody loved Tio because he was super expressive about his religion, which is great. Congratulations. Most
mm-hmm.
players are very religious. They just don't show it off or are extra about it. And I'm not trying to go down that path, but I just want to be like Tebow. He was thrusted into this whole just he's such a great guy. Nobody's bashing Tua as a great guy. So far, he seems like a great guy off the field. But I want to see my starting QB to take a hold of the offense and to command this team. And I'm gonna direct you to Bobby too. You can handle a couple more minutes. I'm gonna direct you. And do you remember? Not was it last year? I think it was last year. Yes, where there was a play. We were in the red zone, and you could see that Waddle was not in the right place, and you saw Gesicki telling Waddle, "You need to be on the other side." And you had to tell you saw Gesicki directing the other wide receiver. I don't even remember who. I think it might have been Limbo. I don't even know. Directing the other receiver where they were supposed to do, and Tua just standing there. And I'm like, What? And then on top of that too, he doesn't even get the right count where Gasicki's in motion and the ball hits Gasicki, and we have the that fumble, if you will. And everybody wanted to blame Gasicki on it. And I'm like, guys, did you not see that whole play? Where was Tua directing his team? Because it was Gasicki doing it, not Tua. Did you know the play? Did you know the count? Like, what's going on? Those are the things that I feel like Tua needs to improve on if he wants to be a starting quarterback. Right now, honestly, he's on a money train. Johnny Manziel 2.0. That's all I'm getting. But the Christian nice guy type of way. Johnny Manziel was not
Lance
nice like that, but Tua is.
Lance says
But that's
Tebow
all
got
he's
Denver to the
for.
Super Bowl. That's what Lance says. Tebow got Denver to the Super Bowl. I will say by Tua fans' logic,
You
you're
mean that
right.
defense? That defense
That
got
well that
to
well,
the Super Bowl, please.
but if you're going by Tua logic, no, it was Tebow that did it. It wasn't the star defense. It wasn't
So you
everybody
can go
else.
in here,
It
logic. No,
wasn't.
that
It
defense.
wasn't Demaris. Was it Thomas? Right? Was it Thomas? Yeah, Demarius Thomas. God rest his soul. Who ran? It wasn't him who caught the ball and ran to the end zone in overtime against Pittsburgh that won the game. It was Tebow who threw the ball, and now that's he won that playoff game. It's like, come on. But and I'm not saying obviously Tua, yeah, he has talent and all that. You could say he's better, whatever. But that's why to me when I was watching it, I saw a Tebow style
Yes.
quarterback. A lot of hype, yes, a lot of hype. Potential, yeah, sure, there's potential there, and he could win games with a play or whatever. But he wasn't going to be a star pro quarterback, and he's not. And it's what it is.
Manziel
That's
2.0.
just my opinion. Now,
And
I will
that
say,
just came to my mind
disclaimer,
just
I
now.
did not
That
get
just
into
came
it.
to my mind.
She did it.
Manziel
She
2.0.
did it. She put me here with the Tua talk. I was going to hold off on it because I knew what Kevin was going to do. I knew everybody was going to do it, but she did it. But I'm going to be always honest with my answers.
Well, and you know what? This is people need to understand. There's the land of delusion. There's the land of hope, and then there's the land of reality. I love. I hope that he does well. It'll be the
Sure.
best thing for the Dolphins if we could hit on Tua, who's young and cheap. If we could hit on Phillips, Holland, Waddle, young and cheap. Do you know that that's going to get us the opportunity to go for multiple Super Bowls? It'll be the best thing for us where we can actually invest our draft picks for linemen and get him some real linemen. You know what I mean? And invest in this team and get him even better if he actually pans out, but it's up to him. At this point, there's no more excuses for him that you can give him because this is the thing. And this happens to fan bases, but in reality, all QBs go through controversies. All QBs have to go through
Yeah.
injuries. No O line is number one.
Nope.
Okay, maybe one is number one, but no O line stays number one the whole time. Okay, at the end of the day, it's on Tua to make those adjustments. Period. If not, he's gonna have a very short starting career or a very long backup career, or he's just gonna dip and just do them and sell and
That's
leave.
my projection right now is the second part of what you said. That's where I think that's eventually heading.
Backup,
Uh,
yes.
and- and-
I
and
don't even think he's gonna do that either. To be honest, I think he's just trying
he
to
may,
get
hey, he might
got
pull an
paid
Andrew
and
Luck. I think I brought that up a couple weeks ago. He might pull an Andrew Luck and
no.
retire
Andrew
early.
Luck actually loved this game. Andrew Luck actually
Oh, but
played
I'm
his
not saying
body off.
that. I said pull
No,
an Andrew Luck, retire early.
yeah, retire early. Man, he's gonna get retired. There's a difference when you get
Oh,
retired and when you retire early. So no, uh,
so
Menzel 2.0.
let's ask Miss Finns the question we're all waiting for. Tell us how you really feel.
Of what? Oh, you're hilarious. How I really feel? I don't need to lie. I say this on my show too.
I
But
get
I
it.
also understand that he has all the potential. It's frustrating as a fan because I see the potential. I've seen those darts when I'm like, man, that throw
For
was
sure.
special. I'm like, oh man, if we could just get that consistency right there. When I'm like, oh God, Tua, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like that dart to Waddle where he split the defenders. That was such a beautiful throw. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yeah, i- he has the potential. He just needs to do it. I'm disappointed he hasn't done it. That's where my disappointment comes from.
Well, and and we'll say this, and it's been said. Obviously, I don't care about all the extra excuses anymore because I don't want to hear them. It's done. It's here. And according to Sean Payton, Teddy will be the starting quarterback before the
You're right.
season's end. And Sean Payton was the coach they wanted. So, and I think, and I like Matt McDaniel, but do not sleep on that. But I will say that I think my prediction on that, and I'll say it to Miss Finn since she's here, is that if Tua goes down with an injury for a couple weeks, we're going to see Teddy. If the Dolphins are totally falling off the earth, God forbid, and they're out, and Tua's struggling, if they bench Tua, I think that's when they start Skyler to see what they have in the 7th round pick. Because I think Miami, in the front office and coaching staff, I think they believe in this kid. I think there's something with him, especially after their press conference about him. But that's another conversation for another day.
You meant Skyler, right?
Skyler. I'm talking about Skyler. What they've said about Skyler. I mean, it'll be stupid to let him go. Teams
Look,
don't have success when they let go of talented players. There was a lot of keywords in there that I heard that sounded more like there's something about this kid that we like. So I think if Tua goes down with an injury, it's Teddy for a couple weeks. If Tua falls off falls flat and he's struggling, I think that's when you put Skyler in and you see what you got in that young kid. That's what I believe how that may play out if it does.
yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. See what you got in him. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, he's just a seventh rounder," but guys, he had a fourth round grade. People forget this.
A
Some
lot of
people even had
quarterbacks
him in the third.
fell. Malik
eh,
Wallace. I mean, yeah, Malik
I
Willis.
mean,
Where did he go?
he went in the third,
Kenny
I think,
Pickett.
or the yeah.
Kenny Pickett.
So
Those guys, they were all first round grades, second round, and they
Kenny
fell
Pickett
later
actually
in the.
was the only QB that got picked in the first. So
Oh, he did.
he was
Okay,
the
my bad.
yeah,
But
he
you know
was
what I'm
the
saying?
only one.
A lot of quarterbacks fell in the draft. Okay,
Because it's
so
the 2020, the 2020 effect. That's all it was. But he is a solid player to me. He's gonna be the next Matt Moore, a solid backup for the next 10 years for us. We better not let him go. That's the floor I see for him, in my
the
opinion.
floor. Okay,
The
I think
floor,
that's
not
fair.
his
I think
ceiling.
that's no.
His
I think you're
floor,
fair. I think that's fair.
phenomenal backup for the next 10 plus years, in my opinion. Can he be more than that? Absolutely. And it's all to him. And just so you know, the reason why you notice that difference is because Skyler has nothing to lose
That's
and
right.
everything to gain. So he let it all out there when he played those second round. Because everybody wants to tell me, oh, he played against the fourths. I'm like, no, he started the entire game. He played against second, thirds, and fourths. So stop it, people.
But
Okay,
some of the throws he was making, I don't care if against JV football, high school football, the throw to Izukama in the towards the end zone. I mean, what the
behind
hell?
the
That
behind
I
the
don't care about
DB
all
in
that.
front of the safety. Oh God, he did it, and he did that a couple times. Actually, he did it 2 3 times. Very beautiful passes.
Evan says he can't even hug his kids after this all this talk. Come
What
on,
do you
man.
mean, Evan?
He,
Okay, let me tell you.
anything
Let me
not
give
pro
let me
Tua
give
is negative.
let me give Evan what he wants. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Bobby Finn's talk. Give me 1 second. I know you look like you want to leave. Sorry, but this
Oh
is
no
just
no 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 no. You're good. You're good.
listen. Let me give Evan what he wants. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, she's gonna do something.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is Miss Fins. How you doing? So yes, we're here to talk to her. Shout out to Evan. I see you in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Well, you know what, Bobby? I don't appreciate your negativity towards Tua because, to be honest with you, um, he's got everything he needs, and he's gonna prove to the whole world what he can do. At the end of the day, you guys just need to give him some time. You got to give him some time to develop. Okay? I know this is year 3, and he's going to show out, and he's going to ball out, and he's going to show the entire world why he was picked 5th overall. Okay? Why? Because he is literally the left arm of God. All hope. Okay? So we got this. And anybody that says otherwise, they just don't know football, and they're just haters. Period. Tua is
There it is.
literally the most accurate quarterback of all time. And at the end of the day, he is the best thing that we have. So, yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Bobby, but I'm
Evan.
disappointed in you because you should have more faith in our starting QB and you should be supporting him because he is a Dolphin. You see this right here? He's a Dolphin. Okay? You should
Hmm,
be supporting our starting QB a little more, sir. How dare you question him? How dare you?
apologies. You're not the first
Exactly.
one I get to yell at me today.
Hey, I
That's good.
get it.
Just messing with
Somebody
Mike.
had to do it, you know?
I get it. I
Somebody
get
had
it.
to do it.
Finn's bandwagon is going dark for episode 4, series finale. Oh Lord Almighty.
Serious
He
finale. You're on week 2? Jeez.
episode 4, series finale. He's out. Um, no, I think it's all fair points, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I think the problem is that now you can't even be fair and talk about the
You can't be
negatives or the
critical.
positives of
That's
it
no problem.
because fans from the beginning, and it starts with, and we're talking about this with Mike, to me, in my opinion, put him on a pedestal. They did not allow him, and yes, I think the fans are just as unfair, both sides to him, just as the organization. I don't care if you're for or against to it. Everyone, I think, can agree that the Dolphins organization did the kid no favors, no matter what you think about him.
Except draft
But,
him, fifth
but,
overall, give him $38 million, fully guaranteed. But besides that, yeah, no favors at all. You're right.
damn, this you're in a row. All right, so what I was saying was, but fans haven't been doing him any favors. Even the fans that are the little two-anons and all this extra stuff. That's not doing them because then you create. Then this other side starts getting heavy. So the ones in the middle, you have the ultra. You got the trolls who go off at everything.
In the
Okay. Oh, I thought you said troll. I was like, oh
Oh
damn.
no, I'm not a
No,
troll.
no, say, oh
Absolutely not.
wow.
Everything I said, by the way, I actually do believe. That's the
No,
thing. I believe in Tua. I'm just frustrated that he's not doing what I expect him to do. That's the
so,
difference.
and no, that's fair though. To me, see, that's my thing though. When I was telling Mike, because Mike was like, Bobby, if he threw this amount of this amount of yards. I think it was like, I don't know, they'll say 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, but we won the game. Would you be happy?
No, not in his
No. Why would?
performance.
Yeah, I'm happy with a win, but I'm not happy with the play because you can't do that against Buffalo. Don't look to the future. Look at now.
Are you
You
kidding
have
me?
to.
We
So
we,
it was a whole talk. And I love Mike. Mike's an awesome dude. Part of my brother. Everybody here. Consider brothers, especially these guys. But my point is that what I was telling him is that fans themselves have put him such on a pedestal. Tank for Tua. When and then you got your general manager and your owner who fell for it, taken for Tua. And instead of trying to, they
all
couldn't
they
trade
saw
up to
was
get Burrow. Tua's not going to prove it even with all these weapons. All right, thanks for watching, tuning in, Bowleg. But even when they wanted him, they fell for it instead of trying to go after the better quarterback at that time, in my opinion, in Herbert, which talent does make you a superstar because he is. They go for Tua. The Dolphin fans that are
they
ultra
go for the dollar signs.
left hand of God, all these people that came out and put him on a pedestal, they don't even give him a chance to play, to allow him
Yeah.
to fall. They make excuses and vice versa. The negatives, every little thing, nitpicking. So the ones when you're in the middle, if you say anything critical, it's you're negative. You're not you should just ignore
You're a
that.
hater.
Just be
You're a
happy we
hater.
won. Exactly. Just be
You're a
happy you
Tua
won.
hater.
It's like, dude, come on. It's like I don't want him to fail. I want him to succeed because if he succeeds, we succeed. And the fact is, when you're making near mistakes, you're making mistakes. You're throwing the ball when you're in here, all these other things, and you're throwing the ducks. Those aren't going to win you the close football games. A lot of people talk trash about New England. Oh, we're going to blow them out. We didn't blow them out. We didn't blow them out. They were in it. If they would have scored a touchdown, if Miami's defense didn't score a touchdown, they would have been that close. They could have won the football game. But we didn't blow them out. They were this close, just like the year before. You think you could do that against Buffalo? Hell no. Buffalo's going to blow your ass out. You can't do that. So, yes, I'm going to talk about the quarterback away, Steve. As I've said over and over and over again, it's a quarterback away. And Tua can do that. He has the opportunity with this offense to be that quarterback. But until proven otherwise, this team is a quarterback away from being a legitimate contender in this league. My opinion, and I've been saying that for a while now, and I'm sticking to it.
Hey, and you know what? I can't even argue that. I mean, it is frustrating because the thing is, if I truly didn't care about Tua, I wouldn't waste my breath or time talking about what he can do to improve to be a better player. I'd be like, I'd just be quiet and let it run. Let's see what happens. I mean,
Let's see.
at the end of the day, you can't even say, look, he could have done better in this play. He could, if he would have looked at this guy or didn't just stare down this one player, maybe that player would have had a chance. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And the thing is, this is what's frustrating with him. He has played really well,
Mm-hmm.
just inconsistently.
And that my
That's
thing.
the
And Evan,
problem.
Joe, call you want, but Evan will tell you, and Evan will say, Evan, what have I been saying? Consistency. It's about consistency. If he comes out tomorrow, we win the game 17-14. He threw 270 yards, touchdown, pick, 104.4 passer rating. That's consistency. That's right. But if he goes tomorrow, throws 180, zero touchdowns, three picks, we lose or whatever, or even win that game, that's not consistency. That's trash. And I'm going to say it this way. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I don't care if we win. I cussed before. I don't care if we win. I mean, yes, I'm happy we won, but it's still, I'm going to call it out as I see it. That's a lame duck quarterback, and that's not the future. And I'm going to call it out. Even if
Placeholder.
we win, because guess what? Buffalo's not going to, you're not going to win against Buffalo. Cincinnati's, you're not going to win. The
And even if we
Chargers.
make it to the playoffs, we're not getting out of the first round. I don't want my heart broken just to make it to we're making it to what? Damn. To not like come on, what is this? AFC
I
championship
get
is
it.
the bare minimum for this team that they have to reach. I'm not saying that they gotta win it at this point, but they gotta reach it. Why is that expectation? Because if we don't make it there, then what was the point of us getting this head coach? What was the point? If you don't do more than 10 wins, forget it. Absolute waste of a season. Absolute waste of a season. When you got Flores in a 5-year plan, the only time we've ever given a coach 5 years, actually paid him for the 5 years, he did what he knew best. First of all, anybody that counts his first year, get out of here because you definitely are biased and you're just trying to ram that narrative of he's a losing quarterback. He went 24-25. Actually, in the 2 years where he actually established his defense, he went 19-10. He was top 10 in wins and winning
You're talking about
percentage. So
Flores.
stop. Yeah, I'm
Brian
talking about
Flores.
Flores.
All right. All
So
right.
first year, dismantle and let's start clean. We've never done that before. Second year, establish the defense. Third year, solidify the defense. Fourth and fifth year, we're going to go ahead and set up that offense. But nope, they have to pull the plug. Whatever, fine. Whatever this team does, if we make it to the Super Bowl, they better ship and FedEx a ring to Flores because this is his defense. Period. At the end of the day. And you know what? Until Tua proves me otherwise, he needs to be consistent in his game. And he hasn't been consistent. Oh, what do you mean, Miss Vince? He's like 100-3. He's a winning quarterback. Justin Herbert isn't winning. Yeah, but Justin Herbert also won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Did over 4,000 yards in a losing team with no defense, no O line, which was ranked 32nd, by the way. Where are we
And they
at?
did the same thing today, though. Somebody posted a thing with Joe Burrow, Herbert, and someone else, and tagged Tua on there. Tua's in there, and they showed Tua's winning record. And they showed Herbert's losing record, Joe Burrow. But I'm like,
They're just
Joe
showing the
Burrow went to the
defense's
Super
picture.
Bowl. You're just ignorance. It's just ignorance. But look, guys, we were all there until Ms. Fitz said, let's extend this to overtime as we're on overtime.
Hey, you said overtime.
You're right.
So,
Yeah, you got it.
so
That's
we
why.
did
That's why I
overtime.
love having you on. And goodness gracious, you're talking about 30 minutes on Monday. You're gonna have me. You're gonna have me going in late to
No,
work.
30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
I'm
My
just
show will be longer, but you could be here for 30 minutes. If you can do 20 minutes, that's fine. It's not a big deal.
I'll get in there. I'll do my thing. I'll work it out. I'll work it
Yeah,
out. But I
trust me.
will be on yours.
I'll focus on what I want to talk to you about as far as post game, and then I'll talk about my own stuff later because that's exactly what I did with 305 Sports Babe. So I mean, trust me, you'll be
Absolutely.
out of there and you'll be able
Let's
to
go.
work. I promise.
Listen, I'm gonna recommend that you. I'm gonna recommend that you tune in tomorrow to the post game show. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not mind, and you don't have to do tomorrow because it's short notice. I know you're gonna be busy, but damn, I'd like to get you in one of those. I think that'd be so much fun with the group. One of these days. One of these days. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
because
Okay.
it's a little tough for me sometimes. Because if I'm in the
I
game,
know it.
I don't even get back home till like late.
Oh,
So
I know. Well, maybe one of the away games because
yeah,
but tune into the episode from last week for me if you can. And you got, because we had a lot of fun. Evan, Neil, Justin. It was loud and fun, and we all laughed
Overtime,
about it after.
or
But
was it today?
no, this was on last Sunday after the Dolphins game, the post game show.
Oh, the post game. Okay.
We were all talking about the Dolphins win, and we got into Tua's play, and oh my goodness! But it was a lot of fun. Evan is very passionate. All the guys are. We all are. We have a lot of fun. So tune into that. But Miss Finns, I'm gonna let you know. Thank you so much for coming on. I will work it out for Monday to get there and to be on your show because I owe you one as always. Huge friend of the show, guys. Go like and subscribe to the channel.
Not that I'm counting or nothing, but it's okay.
Oh, here she goes. I knew she was going there. I knew it was going. But anyway,
just messing with you, man.
I know.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, thank you for having me.
Hey, I might have to do a drive to work show. You send me the link and I'll just log in as I'm driving. And if you see a crash, you could report it to.
No, God no. Please, let's not.
But
let's not
thank you all for tuning in. Endor, Lance, Steve, everybody, Evan, etc. He's suspended from the Dolphins. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much to Miss Finns, to everybody. We will see you tomorrow here on the channel. Finns Talk Sports Network post-game show, Miami Dolphins. Hopefully we're celebrating a win. I believe we will. Miss Finns believes we will. I'd have it Miami 17-14. Be it Evan, myself, excuse me, Justin, JPF Scout, and see if we get someone else to join us as well. We always like to keep that rotation. But until then, Fins up, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
For Miss Fins people, I'll see you Monday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.